Hello students, welcome to My Abhyas. I am Suparna here, your biology faculty. And today I am very happy. Guess what? What is the reason? Because I'm going to start with our 12th standard academic year with the first chapter of 12th standard. Are you all excited? I am very excited to start a new session with you all. So welcome to My Abhyas and thank you for subscribing with My Abhyas. What we are going to do over here? In this whole video sessions, we are going to take you through the journey of all biology chapters of standard 12, and I'll also be dealing with the NEET, CET and all the competitive exam portions. So with your PUC and 12th standard regular syllabus, you are going to get the NEET support as well as the CET and all other entrance exam support with My Abhyas. So the rest is assured. We are going to get 100% of all the syllabus delivered to you. So stay tuned with us and I thank you all for choosing My Abhyas. So let us start our journey. So we are going to start by giving the introduction to the chapters first, and then followed by that straight away in today's session we'll be starting with the chapter 1 of our standard 12. So welcome to My Abhyas. Here we are with class 12th biology session with me, Suparna. Now, before I go forward for the chapters, let us take a brief introduction of what and all we are going to study in standard 12. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell you in detail about all the chapters, but I'll give you a brief introduction of what exactly is stored for you. Now, as you can see over here, this is our blueprint which was actually released by the NCERT and our board. So here I have taken some of the concept where I am going to go take through for this. Okay, so let us see how exactly we can go forward for it. Okay, now when I say, if you see over here the units, whatever units we have, the units are going to start from unit number 6. Here is the unit number. Why it is starting from unit number 6? See, 1 to 5, unit number 1 to 5 you would have studied in standard 11th. Do you remember that? That we had unit 1 to unit 5 in standard 11th. And that is why the remaining unit, that is unit number 6 to 10, is included in your 12th standard session. Okay. Now unit 6 starts with reproduction. Why we are going to start directly with the reproduction chapter? Because all other chapters, like we have the digestion, we have the general introduction. First we had the general introduction to the biology, then we learnt about cell, biomolecules, cell division. We also studied about different systems like digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system, nervous system, endocrine system. So many, right? With plant as well as with animals. Now, in this 12th standard, we are going to start directly with the unit reproduction. Now, this unit reproduction is divided into 4 chapters. The first chapter is reproduction in organisms, which we are going to start in today's class. This reproduction in organisms carries 5 marks for your board exam. Reproduction in organisms carries 5 marks for your board exam. Okay. And what is the weightage of this chapter when we talk about the NEET portions? For NEET, you are going to get only 1 question from this chapter, and that is equivalent to 4 marks. Don't ignore any single marks when it comes for NEET and CET, because you don't know where exactly it is required, where you are going to lose marks. So let us not leave any single point and let us complete every single topic of this chapter as well as all other chapters. So now I'm not going to go in detail about explaining all that. As and when we will be starting with a new chapter, I'll bring up this slide and I'll explain about that chapter. Also, I'll give you an introduction of how many marks are there for that and what is the weightage of this chapter with respect to your board. Is it clear? So we are going to start with chapter 1, that is reproduction in organisms. What else we have? We have that sexual reproduction in plants, human reproduction and reproductive health. Okay. So let us go forward for the chapter. So class 12, chapter 1 is reproduction in organisms. what we are going to learn in this chapter? We are going to learn with the definition of reproduction. There are some other important definitions which may appear for 1 mark questions. We are going to divide reproduction into 2 basic parts, sexual mode of reproduction and asexual mode of reproduction. We are going to talk both the process in general. We are not going to deal in this first chapter itself in detail about plant and human reproduction, but rather I'll be giving you a overall view of what exactly happens when we talk about asexual reproduction in organisms and sexual reproduction in organisms in general. Okay, so that is what is about our chapter 1, which is going to be generally discussed with the topic reproduction. Okay, so let us start with this chapter, and let me start with the first topic, first definition, which is called as lifespan. What is lifespan? The term span says that a duration. What is the meaning of span? Span means duration. Okay, so the span over here is duration. What is lifespan? The duration of life is called as lifespan. What are the events that is involved in this lifespan? We all know that all the organisms takes birth, then they grow, they become mature, and they reach to adulthood. After some years of staying in adulthood, slowly they grow old and they die. This is common for all the organisms, isn't it? If you take a plant, if you take a microorganism, or you take a human being, all of us follows the same life pattern, and this pattern is called as lifespan. So what is lifespan? All living organisms on this earth show a life cycle which involves birth, growth, maturation, reproduction, and death. So what are the events over here? We start at the childhood, that is from the birth. Then we slowly grow up to a certain height, weight, attain maturity, and then we become reproductively active. That stage is called as reproductive stage. Slowly we grow old, and that stage is called as sentient stage or old age. And after certain time spending in old age, we die. All the organisms die. So this is the lifespan of an organism, which starts from the birth, ends to death. And this is common for all the living thing, whatever it may be. Maybe a tiny amoeba to a big banyan tree. Whatever organisms you take, whichever organism you took over here, all of us follows the same life cycle. Okay. So let us see what is there in our next definition. Okay. Terms related to lifespan of animals. Lifespan you are going to learn as a definition in your textbook, but all the detailed definitions are not included in your textbook. So I am giving you some of the important definitions over here. The first one is called as maximum lifespan. What do we mean by maximum lifespan? This is the maximum number of years. This is the maximum number of years survived, or the greatest age reached by any member of a species and population. Understand it very carefully. What is maximum lifespan? It is the maximum number of years survived by an organism. What is the maximum life of an organism can be? That is called as maximum lifespan. For example, in case of human, we say that maximum lifespan of a human can be 100 years. Maximum lifespan of a tortoise may be 200 years. So these are some of the terms that how many years the organism will be alive on the earth's surface. That is the maximum lifespan. Clear? Next, let us see what definition we have as next one. Then we have average lifespan. What is the meaning of average lifespan? Average. You have learned average in mathematics, right? Taking 2 digits and then or taking all the number of digits, adding them and divided them by the number of units present over there. That is average. Similarly, when I say about average lifespan, it refers to the average number of years survived. Average number of years survived or age reached by a member of a population. what is the average number of years reached by an organism is called as average lifespan. So that is like, we are actually taking an idea that, okay, if I have a dog with me, the dog will be alive for 12 to 15 years or maximum 13 years. So maximum lifespan is a dog can be alive, for example, maximum 30 years. But what is the average lifespan of it? Average lifespan is what is average they can be alive. That is 15 to maximum 18 years a dog can be alive. For example, in humans, I say the maximum lifespan of a human is 100 years or 105 years, for example. Then, but what is the average lifespan of a human? It can be 70 to 80 years or 85 years. That is the average lifespan. So, maximum means what is the maximum amount of years, number of years. Organism means maximum number of, not only years, that can be time. Any time you can take day, a month, you can take year, like that. Okay. So what is the maximum number of time the organism is alive on the earth is maximum lifespan. But what is average? What we guess that how many years that organism will be there. What is the average on an organism is alive. That is called as average lifespan. Like for example, a cow can be alive for 18 to 22 years. An elephant is 60 to 70 years. The crocodile is there for 70 to 100 years. The tortoise will be alive for 80 to 120 years. The butterfly may be for 12 months. The crow may be 10 to 12 years. The rose plant which is blooming in your garden will be for 5 to 7 years. And maybe the tree, the pine tree will be there for 100 to 200 years. The parrot will be 80 to 150 years. The housefly may be for a month, that is 28 days, and the banana tree may be 10 to 15 years. So these are some of the average lifespan of an organism. Did you understand? Maximum lifespan and average lifespan. It is the average number of years an organism can be there, or that particular species may be alive on the earth's surface is called as average lifespan.